Good morning, Internet. This is Tom, Negotiating with Jesus. I'm being sponsored. No, I'm sponsoring Daniel Seriff. Daniel Seriff, link in the description. Triads, really good video. I might land on this video as my last triad video, a tutor. So Daniel Seriff, tutoring, does a really solid triad video. Now, I was thinking about triads. The other link in the description is going to be from Brad Arthur, and it is about making music a centerpiece of your life. Just a nice video that lays out how a person can pursue music, and I'm going to pursue music in some way. It was a relatable video. It just talks about the idea that if you're young, if you're just starting, just keep doing it. Do your exercises, do the things you need to do. So, Brad Arthur, professional musician, says chase your dreams. Daniel Seriff, professional musician, shows you how to do triads. I am a student. I would like to have music be some sort of portion of my income, and I think it's entirely possible. Triads. So a few things I'm going to settle on. One is picking practice. So I'm going to do practice that, and I already did several times, and I'm getting better at it, but I've been playing all my life. Triads. The next thing is, I thought about triads, so I'm going to show you this exercise. We're going to the link in the description, Daniel Seriff. You can just go right there. You don't like me talking? Go to the link. So all we use is triads. It's how chords are built up, and you already use maybe some sevenths. Play an A7. But triads, so a triad, C, E, G. It is one, the 1, the E, which is the third, 1, 3, and 5, and the G, 1, 3, and 5, C, E, and G. That's what this chord is. Everyone learns a chord which has 5. This one has 5 notes. My thumb always doing the work, or the fat of my ring finger touching the E string, because I don't want that one to be played. So I was thinking about triads. So you have the C, the E, the G, the C, and the E. So C and E are played twice. It's a triad. It has double C and E, only one G. New at playing chords and you want to practice rhythm without having to focus on chords, because chords, when you start playing rhythm and you have to do a chord change, if you're new, those chord changes are brutal, and it's like a baby trying to walk. There's a lot of falling down. If you want to just practice rhythm, a C add, this is an F. You're adding 4. You have a C, E, which is 1, 3. Add 4 is the sus, the famous, wonderful sus chord. It's at a D. If you want to play just rhythm, just practice your rhythm. So I'm working on triads right now. So all my life I've played triads. Now I'm trying to level up. So if you're going to level up, all of a sudden more things that I kind of worked with but didn't really focus on. All of a sudden I'm trying to change the way I think about the guitar and trying to become pro-ish. I'm trying to level up. I want to be as good as the next, as a next level guitar players. So I'll be good, and I'm already average. My analogy was, so you can drive your whole life and just enjoy the scenery, enjoy the thrill of driving, the thrill of guitar playing. Once you learn chords and rhythm, you can plateau there and just have a great life experience learning songs, because you only have to learn shapes and patterns. So the shape is a C, the shape is an add F, and then the pattern is how you're going to how does the pattern of the song go? Where do the changes come in? So patterns and shapes. You can learn that and be totally content. I have never been disappointed with knowing how to play chords, the shapes, and the patterns. It has never disappointed me. I've often tried to bump into next level things, playing next level things, and found that I stumbled around. And then I'd say, well, and then you fall back into things you know. I know shapes and patterns. Always happy with that. I could do this for an hour. This is great fun. If I ever showed my face, which I'll show at some point, and I've shown in many videos, but right now I'm trying to, because of my very terrible setup, I'm just doing the neck. I have the worst setup and the worst videos on guitar tutorials that there are. I'm not a tutor, I'm a student. My point was, I'm driving. So what happens if you're driving and you decide all of a sudden you're going to change some of the things in your life? So all your life you've been driving down this road, and one day you look over and you see an apple orchard, and you're like, huh, I never saw that little sign. It's kind of covered by apple trees. I never really noticed. For whatever reason, you can drive and miss, oh, there's an apple orchard right down this road. Because now I've decided to take up baking, and I want to bake apple pies. Or apple, those just wrapped things. I can't think what they're called. Who cares? So all of a sudden, now I'm adding something in my life. And now it's important to know where apples reside, so I can make apple pies. So all my life I've played guitar, and I knew about triads, and I used triads. That's my analogy. If it breaks down, who cares? But now the things I've driven past all my life, I'm focusing on because I want to do something new. So triads, the link that I'm sending you to is Daniel Seriff. Check out the other link too. It was a nice little discussion. It was no music, it was just discussion. Daniel Seriff is going to tell you about the C triad. So here's the bottom of a C chord, just the bottom 3 strings. And the C is in the middle. The G is on top, G, C, E. If you go up a little bit, here's this, the bar chord you'll learn if you're a rocker. And you just play the top. Well, Molly Miller and now Daniel Seriff do this triad exercise. So this, the C is on top. This is the root triad, C, E, G. I also noticed that taps is played with these 2 C chords. So 2 C chords, C, E, and G. He goes on to the next C chord using just the 3 strings on the bottom. Go to Daniel Seriff, learn this little. This might be my best, most interesting triad video. Link in the description. Just click it. Then the D chord on the top. Then he goes on to point out that if you just move this up, this is a C, This is a D. But the structure of music theory is the first chord's major, second and third are minor, fourth and fifth are major, sixth is minor, seventh diminished, eighth you're back to octave. Eighth is major because the first is major. He's going to do an exercise where you go C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. But you're going to use the shapes of major and minor. And then you're going to learn diminished, which is, this one has to move down too. The B is diminished. So, major, minor, minor, because it's movable shapes. This is a D minor chord. This is an E minor chord. F minor, nope, we're going back to major. F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and back to the C major, played as a D shape or as a D shape. So one of the things Molly Miller and several people will point out to you is that really the D shape, the A shape on bottom three strings, and the E shape are really the only three shapes, because the D shape is used in the cage system. It is the C shape. And the A shape is the G shape. It's the G shape. The A shape works as a C here, and the G still has that same shape. So there you go. Link in the description. He's going to give you a nice tutorial about the key of C. I'm going to be focusing on the key of C because I need to learn all the notes.